If you're tired of pale, tough sourdough crust pizza, you need one secret ingredient: diastatic malt powder. In this video, I'm going to show you my exact formula for a perfect 3 to 5 day cold ferment crust that's light, bubbly, and full of flavor. We start with 80 grams of active starter, then we add our flours, salt, and this right here. The diastatic malt powder. This is the secret to getting that leopard crust you're looking for. It also helps the crust come out tender and chewy, uh, gives it that crust on the bottom. Very good stuff. Don't skip it. Once we get that mixed into a shaggy dough, we're going to use a fold and press motion until it's nice and stiff. A lot of people will tell you shouldn't do this with sourdough, but I risk overworking it for the stretchiness and the chewiness that it gives. After a 30-minute rest, we come back for our stretch and folds. You want to see that dough go from shaggy to stiff and smooth. This is where we build that strength. Bulk ferment for 8 to 12 hours. Look at how it's doubled. You should be able to get a great pinch and stretch now. This is a crucial step. If you're not there yet, let it bulk ferment for a little bit longer. We divide this into 3 equal-sized balls, each about 200 grams. Roll them tight. The tension is the key here, and into well-oiled containers they go. Now, patience. This gets tucked into the fridge for anywhere from 2 to 5 days. My ideal time frame is about the 3rd day I want to cook it. That seems to be where it gets the best flavor and it hasn't over-fermented at that point. The long cold ferment is where the deep, rich flavor develops. It's also what makes the dough incredibly elastic and easy to stretch. Take them out of the fridge about 2 hours before you want to make the pizza. As you can see, these have all just about doubled in size. You can see a fair amount of bubbles in there. You're going to see when I pull this dough out of the container and put it into the semolina flour, that it makes a nice puffy ball. That's kind of what you're looking for. It's going to have strength. It's going to be smooth. I like to start with this method where I press it out, press all the crust out, and I start to push all those air bubbles out from the middle to the edges. And then I pick it up and using my fingers and thumbs, I do kind of a stretching motion. What I'm looking for here is a very thin center crust. And you'll be able to see that I can just about see through that. There's a little bit of opaqueness. Then I'm going to hook that on the front of my peel. Make sure that your peel has plenty of semolina flour on it. I'm going to drag that back, stretch it out. Make sure it'll give it a little bit of wiggle and that it will launch okay. Then I like to dress it up. This is a Margherita pizza, so I'm going to go with some pizza sauce, some fresh basil, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, fresh tomatoes, and fresh mozzarella. You'll see that when this one comes out, it's a little bit soupy. That's just kind of how the Margherita pizza comes out. The moisture comes out of the tomatoes, the moisture comes out of the mozzarella. But all in all, this took about 90 seconds in this oven. I've got this oven on high. It was registering right between 700 and 750 degrees, somewhere in there. I like to turn it down just a little bit. You can see with this one, I did get a little bit blackened on the edges. I could have controlled my temperature maybe a little better. I made an attempt to lift it up a little bit into the flame and get a little bit of char on the mozzarella. This thing turned out great. Yeah, there's some char, but the whole thing is good. Then we start over. This next one is going to be a pepperoni pizza. Again, you're just pressing all the air out to the edges to make that crust, and then you're going to stretch it out. You can see how easy this is stretching. I was not afraid that this was going to tear. It's a good, strong pizza crust. You can tell that when you do those initial press and folds and stretch and folds, what you're doing is you're building gluten strength, and those are going to really help you get a good stretch on this. This one came out even a little better. Going to put that on there. My pepperoni is just about the same. Going to go down with a little bit of sauce. Going to go with some parm and some fresh basil. And I like to put my pepperoni under the cheese. Use lots of cheese for this. This one took about 90 seconds as well. I've sped this up so that you don't have to sit through the whole thing, but you're just gonna, let it cook on that first side and then do some flips and make sure that all the sides are getting even attention from that fire. Pizza 2 is now done. It's bubbly, it's charred, it smells incredible. Had a bunch of neighbors walk by on purpose to see it. You can see how that crust really popped out there. And these pizzas turned out really great. I should have got a cross section for you, but I forgot. Checking all the undercarriages for the leopard spots.